Time to fuck up this guy's whole career. Memes, 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 memes. No reaction yet. Alright. Yeah, there's no way it would open. I've never been here before, so if it opened on the first try, then why does the door exist? Always gotta either unlock it or come at it from behind. Way to just... This game just has a habit of immediately contradicting things I just said. What is that? I've got a lot of branching paths to keep straight in my head, so I'm trying to cut off any that I can. Is that supposed to be an illusory wall? Like, I get what they're going for because it's a Souls-like, but that wasn't even slightly camouflaged. Might as well just be a normal door. You can feel its energy permeating. Fuck it. Go to the real description. Lightning! You can feel its energy permeating your muscles, your bones. You know that, if called upon, the lightning stone will issue forth an elemental blast of electricity, momentarily stunning foes. But that's only during the... Because, like, the arcane... I think they all just do the same arcane damage. That looks cool. That's a cool looking lightning thing going up and down the blade. But as far as I can tell, all these weapons do the same thing when you charge up an attack. So it's gonna be really, like... Funnily enough, we're gonna have a little bit of an issue similar to what I had with Mortal Shell, where you give me the ability to turn invincible. It's gonna be really hard for me to look at the other abilities as equally valid when an invulnerability is like an early option. Because I'm definitely eyeing this invulnerability as like, well, this whole mechanic's pointless now, because all the other options are practically irrelevant as long as I have the ability to turn invisible. I mean, invulnerable. A sarcophagus. Dude, it's solid stone. How is stuff falling and shifting? I don't know. That's just a thing in video games. Ruins are always crumbling, no matter how little sense it makes at the time. Because yeah, like, this is a button I can press where it's like, this phase of this fight is too hard. I'm gonna press X and then just button mash at him until he dies. Like, how could anything be that good? When you say stuns them momentarily, how long is momentarily? Because if it's not like 10 seconds long, then it's not as good as the fact that I can just turn invulnerable and hit them for free. That's like stunning, but way better. Is this where the flute guy was, or is this a different room? Did I just backtrack? I'm actually not sure. No, I think that's a different room. Yeah. Okay, yeah. They definitely copy-paste certain rooms, which fucks with me because I definitely recognize them. But yeah, considering it gave me another dragon eye, you can interpret that wibbly-wobbly door as something that's not supposed to be a secret in universe. It's not supposed to be a secret from me, potentially, but instead it's just supposed to be something that like is camouflaged from normal people finding it. That it's like meant for me to find it. Because it's big upgrade. What's my next upgrade cost? Now it costs the red ones. Okay. So now I do want to mix these when I can. This is a little cumbersome. There we go. That's all my oil. So one more oil, please. Otherwise, so now our throttling point becomes oil. So as long as I can keep my number of shards to be higher than my number of oil, I can spend the number of shards I have down to the number of oil I have on upgrading a second weapon if I want to see something else. Am I going to break something? I think so. I am a bad person. They didn't like that. They didn't like that at all. Was there an A prompt? Oh. I don't think I'm supposed to be doing anything here necessarily. Aww. I wanted to land on the ledge there. That was unfortunate. That was kind of an unfair death a little bit. She kind of entered a weird, like, instantly, like, I'm screaming and dying animation, but I'm like, no, game, trust me, I'm gonna land on that ledge over there. But they took away my momentum and just killed me. That was kind of mean. Like, they teased me with an option. It's pretty normal in Souls games to, like, try to, like, line up the platforms and figure out how to, like, land where you're trying to land to get there. Well, sorry, ma'am, but you are now 30 years old. A life spent in combat has developed your skill with a shield to a fine art, expanding your effective parry window. Oh, fuck that. Untouchable. Able to read your opponent's body language, you anticipate and avoid their attacks with mounting ease, increasing your evade window. Yes? Insight. Exposure to reality warping power of the dragon has instilled a greater understanding of his wicked magic, increasing your arcane skill. I'm gonna go with untouchable. It's kind of hard to not go with the button that is, hey, your dodge is better. It's pretty cut and dry. So I can't climb up there. It's kind of interesting, the lack of a corpse run really changes the stakes when you die. Dude, was it this room that I died? Like the next room or something? Yeah, I don't have to corpse run. There is no, the whole mechanic where it's like, oh god, I gotta get back to my body before I die again or I'll lose all my souls. It's like, nah. This game doesn't have souls. You don't lose anything when you die, so there's no body to go back to. See, there's the hole in the ceiling. I suppose I'm not entirely clear on what they were going for here. I felt like it was pretty intuitive that I would try to go in that hole at that point. Like, but like obviously as a two-step process, just first you land on the lip, then you go in the hole. And that should be a reasonable fall that wouldn't just instantly kill you. But I think the idea is that I pushed a crumbling statue in here and it has like, it probably has like a key or some kind of key item on it. And now I need to find the alternate path into that room. New batch of trap tethers. Thorad's experiment with entwined silk did not work as intended. We need more of the gut threads. Gut threads? Gut threads. Woo! I guess those enemies that spawned are gone. In fact, there's no enemies around here right now. Yeah, I look at it now and I'm like, that's a reasonable thing to try to do, is land on that really obvious platform right there. But they cut me off with like an invisible wall and then instantly locked me into a death animation. Well, I guess not. Yep, this is all a dead end now. Alright, so let's go find some other path and figure out how to get into that room. Oh, there was a vase, but it disappeared when I walked in here. Oh, there is supposed to be a vase here, but its loading gate is incorrect. The vase loads when I'm in here, and it unloads when I'm in here. It's supposed to be loading when I'm here, and then unload when I pass through this door. Like, that's supposed to be like how they cull the assets so that the game runs better, but it's doing the opposite. They set it up backwards. So are there any loose ends in this building I haven't tried yet? Or is it time to go to that one outdoor path that has two dudes ready to ambush me? Oh, this is new. No thank you. Oh man. What if this works the whole game? Well, it doesn't seem to work on enemies that have shields. The pan embalming hook. You do not consider yourself squeamish, but the thought of this tool's purpose, the internal matter extracted from cadavers during the embalming process, makes your gorge rise. This hook would not easily bend. Ugh. Ooh. What letter is that? Is it an L? Is it an L or a P? Can I see it in a different context? That's an I, that's a T. None of the other capital letters are the same letter. It's hard to say. Isn't there a goat named Pan, I think? I'm just gonna go with that. The great Pan priests, the Karshanth, divined the true nature of the body long ago. The outer shell, Liurshk, the skin and flesh, is a sheath composed of elements of the world around us. Earth and air and water combine to create a protective container for the true life within. The brain and organs, Mirshk, for there is the seat of true life. Without the Mirshk, the pan is but an empty vessel, waiting to be filled with sacred power. It made sense then, to the Karshanth, that upon death the Mirshk must be removed from the Liorshk. This is just fucking word soup at this point. Only once the separation has been accomplished may proper burial take place. The techniques, tools, and implements used in the separation have been refined and improved upon over the generations, so that now the burial process approaches a fine art. Some have said that the lower ranks of the Karshanth have even hold competitions to see whose separation acumen is the best, with the winner determined by whose Mirshk is left most intact. I can hear something through the wall. I think it's on the other side of the wall? This must be how I get there. I'm constantly tempted to just jump down these floors whenever there's a ladder instead of taking the ladder, because the ladder just locks you in the animation and you might get in big trouble. Are you a weapon? The Pan Spear. A study in deadly grace, the spear could just as easily be an object of art as a weapon of war. 75 plus 25. 60 plus 63. This one does 100 damage, this one does 123 damage. But this one could be upgraded, so maybe it could be good. That's the R2. I get the feeling that right trigger is supposed to be a way heavier attack, generally speaking. Did they mess up with the sword and make it too fast? Like that's my heavy attack, not my light attack. Not that I want my light attack to be that slow, but I almost, like, with how dramatic and heavy every heavy attack in this game is, I almost wonder if they made a mistake with this particular weapon's light attack. Oh yeah, it's pan. Okay, because there's pan embalming hook, pan rope. You do not recognize the fiber of which this slender cord has been woven, but despite its light weight, it seems much sturdier than the rough hemp used back home. I keep hearing something through the wall. There's something nearby. Maybe it's that key item I'm trying to find my way to? If I'm lucky. Where have I not gone yet? There's the way back up and out. Hey, buddy. Ah, that's the sound of these guys. That's what I'm hearing through the wall. It's probably that. I'm probably just under that one. Can I get one of you at a time? You're probably scripted to attack at the same time, aren't you? Yes. Okay, careful. Please lock on. There we go. Ah. Oh, I got animation locked in a really awkward way. Oh, shit. Dude. There we go. Hey! Mistake unmade. That's one issue with the other weapon I could potentially upgrade. It's just the fact that, like, this one seems to just be... As long as this, like, clearly abusable combo happens, then it's just a better weapon. I never got to try it myself, but it reminds me of the Lords of the Fallen glitch, where you could shield bash people, but they forgot to have a cooldown time between each attack. Like, there wasn't like an animation priority to it, so you could just be like, like in a lot of Souls games, you can hammer the shield button to do this like jiggle, which it looks like you can do it in this game too. There's a really dramatic one in like Demon Souls, because it's like if you're using like a buckler or something, they do like an entire whap animation from like completely standing like static like hanging arm animation all the way up to like a all the way in front of you animation. And if you just hammer it, it'll just like do the entire whap like incredibly fast, and it looks really funny. But in Lords of the Fallen, there's a shield, or maybe all shields do like melee damage. And there was no animation tied to it, so I guess there's like video. I think they might have patched it eventually, or I don't know. I never knew it existed when I was playing it, so I never used it myself. But you could just shield bash people like 100 times per second, and they would just every enemy would just instantly die. And so you would just like lock onto them and just like run directly into them while rotating around them, and just watch their entire health bar melt. And it's like wow, I don't even have to play a real video game. So I'm fucked, right? Yeah. Yeah, they need a flute. I get it, though. I get it. It took me a little longer than it should have to get it, but I get it. They gave me the murder tool that would not easily bend. And then they gave me a rope. So that's how I'm supposed to get down the hole. Whoops. So that is the next place to go. I turned away to look for a way to find that room from elsewhere, figuring, oh, I guess I can't drop down there. I must have to like find a different way, a different path. But it's there now. Like maybe you could have gone there before, but then the item wasn't there to get. But no. Now I'm thinking that maybe there wasn't anything in the statue itself. It just opened the path, which was the intuitive first conclusion to draw. That I became less certain of the more that it felt like it was less of an option to take. This game's honestly like really pretty. It has some pretty solid art. I kind of like looking at it more than its sequel prequel, or sequel, yeah. Ah, I have to combine them via the other menu. Combine. You can't press... It's a minor thing, but you cannot press up to skip to the bottom of the list. You have to page all the way down. I think you also can't press left. Yeah, you can't press left to skip to the right one either. Which is a little annoying, because your newest item is always at the back of the list, and that's probably the one you're using in every single puzzle of the entire game. And you always have to page through your entire inventory every single time, which I'm assuming will only grow with time as I acquire more and more upgrade items and whatnot. So you definitely kind of hope that it was a little more elegant than that. Okay, so bad news for that guy. Either he's gonna have to give that to me or I'm gonna have to kill him. And he's probably just an enemy. But yeah, hearing that flute and noticing it up there is really important actually. Because that's my goal. Hey guys. Hope this doesn't fucking collapse when I'm crossing it. Not yet. I don't trust these wooden paths at all though. Okay, nope. Just one of you please. Hey, he noticed that. That's neat. Yeah, it's not what you expect the difficulty curve to be, but the enemies are only getting easier in this game, not harder. You have the lightning? Yeah, Nova. Oh my fucking god! Didn't I have full health? That would have one-shot me if I didn't have a massive health upgrade. What is with the damage values? Like, I get that your game's kind of easy, but that doesn't really excuse that. Like, oh, we'll compensate for it being easy by making it a fucking one-shot kill game. It's fucking hit scan! You can't even run around it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why are you this strong? I will stun lock you with pride, asshole. You took both my healing items. Holy crap, that damage! For an instant attack with no travel time. Huh. Things I would not put in my game. As if I will ever make a game. Oh, a third heal. Oh, it's so good. That's such good news. Hello? Oh, it's two of you. Hi, guys. Nope. Okay, that's awkward. No. Fuck. Shit. They're like, we just gave you a heal and you're gonna use it. Holy crap. Ow, that was... Ah! Oh shit, that's a long combo. I've never seen them actually do it. Oh, I might have been able to get away without healing. Because I leveled up. You actually level up like shockingly frequently. You got stuck on the ladder there, buddy? Nope. Nope, he had super hyper armor there. Super armor, hyper armor. Damn, I haven't been in the I've lost track of the vocab. Oh yeah, I leveled up twice again. Holy crap. Super armor, hyper armor. One of those. I don't remember which one's which. Or which one's real. I don't know if they're I don't think they're both terms. But it's the idea that when you're in the middle of an attack, you just power through and you don't get stunned by attacks. Like the people say that certain attacks give you hyper armor or certain attacks give you super armor. There's the checkpoint. That's good. People say that in reference to the fact that like normally when you get hit by somebody you get stunned. Your character recoils in some way to the attack. But if you use certain attacks, suddenly your character will just like tank the hit and they'll probably still take the damage, but they won't interrupt the attack and they'll still hit their target. And that's when they say that the attack has super armor or hyper armor or whatever. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Got my third one. Yes. Change is permanent. Yep, I am more. My damage is catching up with my scaling now. Holy crap. Next one's gonna be 5 of those, though. Labyrinth box. This simple container feels surprisingly heavy. Either it contains something of significant mass, or the box itself has been constructed of robust, weighty metal. No lock or latch of any kind presents itself with you at first glance. This merits a closer look. Hello? Labyrinth Rune 1. This gem's shape is unlike any you've seen in your time on this side of the World Stone. Like a clever combination of both key and keyhole, it leaves no doubt that it was meant to function in connection with a lock. But what lock and where? Big find. Something bad gonna happen. Oh. A wall just opened up. So this is the flute room? Yep. I might have just opened the path to flute guy. Sorry, buddy. Hey! Alright, we're getting momentum here. We're getting enough of them now that I'm a little worried. I would become a little worried about the idea of spending my shards, because they might start dropping less frequently than the oil that you need to upgrade with them. He has the flute, but he's not the same flute guy. He's a different flute guy.
Unwise.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I even wondered if he'd be an NPC, and then I attacked him immediately. I'm an asshole.
A traveler approaches, one of whose kind I have heard in whispers. It is Paxotech, foreign to the pen.
I need that flute you're carrying.
Living beings require many things, Paxotech. Perhaps I will part with this possession, if the Paxotech proves itself worthy. The riddle shall I ask? 3 chances shall it have?
Give me your riddles.
Pay heed, Paxotech. Alive I am not, yet still I grow. Lungs I have not, yet breathe I must. Teeth I have not, yet all I devour. What am I?
Print screen, just in case. So it's it grows without being alive, it breathes without lungs, and it eats without teeth. Fire? Grows breathes without lungs, grows without being alive, eats without teeth. A tree is alive. And I've never heard of a flood breathing.
Growing, roaring, devouring, fire consumes all. The Paxotech is clever. Perhaps I have misjudged it. I have no doubt the Paxotech will conquer this one. Listen, I have 8 to spare and am covered with hair. What am I?
I have 8 to spare and I'm covered with hair. It's a shorter one. A cat has 9 lives. So on its first life it has 8 more to spare. A spider has 8 legs. But you don't really spare the legs. They don't grow back or anything. A mountain goat, I don't even know what the 8 would be. So a cat?
Indeed. The fur-covered cat has 8 lives to spare out of 9, if the old tales are to be believed. Most admirable. What weighs more, a pound of wood or a pound of ore?
A pound of wood, because you have to live with the guilt of what you did to those trees. Neither.
It should savor this small victory. Of course, a pound of ore and a pound of wood weigh the same. 1 pound. The Paxotech has earned the flute. Here, take the prize. And a little bit more as well. It shall need any and all advantages as it travels.
That felt like too little stuff to do to earn an entire flute. But I think even he knows I'm just going to put it in that statue over there and he can just get it back in like 2 minutes. I assume it doesn't get stuck or anything. Pan flute. The graceful instrument splits into 2 perfectly symmetrical, gently curving sections. Not unlike a wishbone, with rows of holes down both halves. You cannot help but marvel at the talent and skill it must take to play this flute. No, talk to me more. Oh, I want to learn like who you are or what's going on with the world. I don't know. You're kind of fun to talk to. What is the deal with your clothes? You kind of wear like a... Yeah, he has like a thing around his waist and then he has like just kind of a front and back layer. Does it wrap around the side? Huh. Oh, he's leaning backwards, so I think the cape is clipping through part of his clothing, and that's why his clothes look so confusing. Okay. I was like, something about his clothes I couldn't parse, like, the layers and, like, how they worked, but I think it's because his cape is supposed to be free-flowing behind him, but he's leaning back. But he was the same guy that was over here, he just moved a bit. How much you want to bet the game fucking kills me if I walk off this ledge? Nope. I was worried. I was like, I don't know. My trust has been challenged. And hey, I already cleared these guys out, so we can just get this thing open. I just wanted more interaction because we've had so little interaction with characters. It's like, oh, you're a beast man, dude. What's your deal? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What are your hopes and dreams? Are you going to betray me later? I mean, I'm killing all of his people. Damn. I guess my presence has been announced.